yogis, and welcome to a neck and shoulder practice. So this practice is really going to be focused on the neck and the shoulders. And if you're experiencing any type of discomfort, or if you have recently experienced any type of an injury and you're kind of on your healing journey, now I definitely advise, if you have any serious neck and shoulder pain, definitely advise a doctor or your chiropractor before moving forward with this practice. You know your body best. So keep that in mind. But today, the only um, prop that you will need is your mat and a band. You could also use a towel or a very long rag. Either one would work, and you can ball it up and you can use it in replace of a band. Or if you don't have either, that's totally okay. I will show you some modifications in case you don't have one. Okay, beautiful. Let's get started. You can come to an easy seated position, one leg in front of the other. Roll the shoulders up and back. Align your spine. Close the eyes down. And just set an intention for the practice. Maybe it's just to gain some relief in the neck and shoulder space. Maybe it's just to gain some presence, some peace on the mat today. Whatever it is, set your intention. Take a big inhale in through the nose and an exhale out of your mouth, and release that intention into the universe. Beautiful. To begin, let's start with some easy and gentle neck rolls. Going clockwise, very slowly, bringing the chin to the chest, and then the ear to your shoulder. Maybe just starting with some half neck rolls before going into the full neck roll. If you find any kink in your neck, maybe just play around with that area and do little baby rolls back and forth like so. Really becoming aware of what you need in this moment right now. Maybe work your way in to a full neck roll. If you are in need of one, bringing the neck all the way open, opening up your throat chakra, and then rolling your head and neck down through your chest space. Just be present here. What do you need? Maybe turning counterclockwise and going the other way. Just a couple more breaths here. Leaning into any areas that need just a little extra love today, or maybe a lot of extra love. This is a neck and shoulder practice after all. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Lengthen through the spine. Take your right hand, and you'll be seeing the opposite of me, so it'll look like my left hand, but take your right hand and just apply a little bit of light pressure on the crown of your head and bring your neck down over your right shoulder. Don't press a lot of force, just very gentle, just where you feel a little bit of tension and release and a stretch in that left side of your neck. Going all the way down, you might feel all the way down through the shoulder. And just breathe into this stretch. Again, if you feel any discomfort or pain at any time, just loosen the stretch, maybe even release the hand and just stay here. That's perfect. Still a beautiful stretch. The hand just allows you to get just a bit deeper into it. One more breath here. Breathe oxygen into the neck. Exhale, release your hand over your knee. Come back to neutral. Take your left hand now and press your head and your neck down over your left shoulder. You can keep the eyes closed to just really stay present in this moment. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, except here, right on your mat, with your breath. Breathing into these spaces of discomfort is truly the key in your healing journey. Breathing space and awareness allows the blood to flow and the muscles to release tension. Beautiful. Lower the hand on the knee. From here, go ahead and bring the chin to the chest. Send your gaze down to your feet. If you feel any pain at any time, just release the stretch. Take a little bit of tension off. Maybe you just send your gaze in front of you rather than all the way down. Do what feels good, but make sure you are still stretching enough so that you are feeling your neck or the portion of the body that we're stretching. Make sure it's still activated. Connect to your breath. Beautiful. Bring your head back straight up through center. And now, if this is not in your practice, you can just stay here or maybe stay with the gaze down. But if it is, send your gaze up to the sky and bring your neck back. So this can be a bit intense for some. So again, if you can't go all the way back, maybe just bring your head here. Send your gaze almost straight out, not straight out in front of you, but just at an angle. Or all the way back, look straight up to the sky. This really activates the throat chakra, which is beautiful. It's our area for speech, for confidence, for speaking out what we're trying to manifest into the universe. Beautiful. Come back through neutral. Begin to roll the shoulders up and back for 3. Bring them up to the ears, crunching back and down. One more just like that. Inhale, create space. Exhale, drop them down. And forward for 3. Beautiful. Now open your arms wide and roll the shoulders and the arms forward. Same motion, just a lot more dramatic, a lot more expressive. Have fun with this. And then back. Draw 3 circles. Inhale, opening the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, dropping the arms. Beautiful. From here, and take your left arm and your right hand and bring that left arm across your chest over to the right side of your back. Make sure that you're not scrunching it up towards the neck, but down and bringing the arm flush over the chest, keeping your shoulders squared towards the front of your mat. And you can send your gaze right past that left shoulder. And just use your right hand as a way of pressing the arm even closer into your body to really deepen that stretch through the bicep and the tricep and the shoulder. Beautiful. On your next exhale, release, open the arms and bring the right arm over the body and the left arm over the right arm. Press it into the body. Send your gaze past your right shoulder. If you ever need to deepen the stretch, you can just apply a little bit more pressure on the arm. If you ever loosen it, just loosen the pressure. You can even decrease the amount that you're sending your gaze past your shoulder, and that'll release some tension or release the stretch from the neck. You can always take these stretches to your level. Beautiful. Release the arms. Take your right arm up and over your head and bend with sending the elbow straight to the sky and taking your left hand over the elbow for a nice tricep stretch. You should feel your right hand kind of just placed on the upper part of your back. You can keep the eyes closed or straight forward. Bring a smile to your face. This should feel good. You're stretching out these parts of your body that have been maybe a little bit of tight. We hold so much tension in this area of our body, especially if we work at our computers a lot or look down at our phones a lot. It's very easy to gain tension in these areas. Beautiful. Release the arms and come over to your tricep stretch on your left side. It's a beautiful stretch. You're not in your tricep, but you might even feel it going all the way down your spine and your upper back, your shoulder blades. Really opens up your heart and your chest. We'll release your arms to your mat. Rotate your body now over to the top of your mat and come into a nice neutral tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Knees about hip distance apart and feet. The tops of your feet flush to your mat. Let's flow through some cat-cows. Take your gaze, dip your pelvis down and send your gaze up to the sky. Open out through your chest. Exhale, scoop your core in, your pelvis in, send your gaze down. Really setting the intention on your shoulders and your neck. How can you welcome in more ease, more oxygen into these areas of your body? Inhale, feel the rush of oxygen through your throat. And exhale, feel the release out of your shoulders and through your chest. Just flow with your breath. On your exhale, find your neutral tabletop position. Begin to walk your knees out to the back of your mat, and then walk your hands out all the way down. Bring your elbows and your arms to the ground. Drop your chest and your belly to the mat, but keep your tailbone pushed to the sky for your puppy pose. Now, there are two variations for this pose. You can stay here with your chin on the ground. This will provide strength to your neck and just give you kind of a different sense of the stretch. Or if you are needing a bit less intensity, you can drop your forehead to the ground, and this will ease some tension off of your neck. Press your chest into your mat. Feel your belly sink deeper and deeper to the ground. Feel that stretch all the way up through your shoulders and your upper back. This pose can sneak up on you. It feels like a very gentle pose, but it's actually quite intense, as you are probably feeling in your shoulders. Beautiful. Ease your way up and roll yourself onto your forearms and onto your belly. Bring your belly flush to the earth. Allow your arms to become parallel with both of the long sides of your mat, just like so. Fingertips pointed forward. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears and press your lower belly into your mat. Engage slightly through the core and press your pelvis into your mat, as well as all 10 toes. Press down firmly into the mat. Send your gaze straight forward. Sphinx Pose. This pose is beautiful for gaining alignment all the way through your spine and your shoulders, your neck. They're all connected. So it's beautiful to do poses that can work on so many different things at once. Beautiful. Drop your chest down. Spread your arms out to a T shape, out long. If you don't have space, you can bring them slightly angled inward. That's totally fine. Then begin to shift your body weight over to your right hip and lift your left leg as you bring your toes to touch the mat and roll your body over onto your right shoulder. This is a quite intense shoulder stretch. So again, if you need to loosen it at all, you can just bring your weight off of your hip slightly, and that'll take off some intensity off of the stretch. But for that deeper stretch, come all the way down onto that left foot. It's very similar to a wild thing pose, if you've done that before, a very similar position. Breathe into this deep, deep shoulder stretch. Close down the eyes. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly come out of it. Lift off your left foot. Bring the top of it back to your mat and roll over back onto your belly. Set up for your left side. Inhale, open out through the chest, roll onto the left hip and send the right toes back behind you. Bring the head to the mat and look past the right fingertips. Close the eyes and just be present with this position, with the right here and now. Breathe into any discomfort that you might be feeling. And let go of what is no longer serving you. Beautiful. On your next exhale, roll back down onto your belly. Send your gaze to the front of the mat. Come back into your Sphinx Pose onto your forearms. Take a fresh, beautiful breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, walk your body up, press into your hands, and slowly come to a kneeling position at the back of your mat. If you don't have your band next to you, grab your band. And to start, you can go ahead and bring it to the full length of the band. Just open it all the way up. Or if you're using a towel, you can kind of roll your towel up to a rope-like position. Open your arms out wide, just as when we were doing our wide shoulder roll stretches at the beginning of the practice. Same type of position. Bring your hands far out, just I would say a couple inches past where your head is, and a little bit wider than your hips. Bring it over your head, just like so. And begin to bring and open your shoulders up. Don't go all the way back just quite yet. Just bring it just slightly, I would say maybe about a foot, maybe a little less, behind your head. And then all the way down and forward. So we're kind of just playing here very intuitively, seeing where our boundaries are, seeing where we might need to stop and maybe kind of just play back and forth with this stretch. Using the band is really nice because it allows you to get into stretches in a different way. You can also always use like a broomstick or a pole, and they work very similar. So just finding that spot and kind of just playing around with it. How does it feel? Is there any tightness or tension that you need to breathe into? And then maybe on this next time you try to go a little bit farther back, but always being in tune with where you are at. Just because I go all the way back and down doesn't mean that you need to, only if it is within your practice. Exhale, bring your band forward. Inhale, create space. Exhale, bring your band all the way back and down. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, bring them down to the front. One more just like so. Maybe play around, try to go a little bit farther back. And exhale, return to center and bring your band down. So So this next position is going to be another tricep stretch. I love using the band for this because it really allows you to become aware of where you are at and just gives you a little bit of an extra way of getting even deeper and deeper into the stretch specifically. So what you're going to do is you can fold up. So it was at full length, and now you can go ahead and fold it. I would say, depending on the length of your strap, you can fold it once and then fold it twice. So it's about this length. And then take your right hand and just dangle it back behind you. So your right hand is above your head and you're just dangling it back behind you. And then take your left hand and find that band. Might be a little bit tricky because it's kind of hovering. And then work your left hand all the way up your back to your boundary, to where it feels good to you, just so you start feeling that deeper stretch. And stop wherever it feels good. Keep that right hand in the same position, so you're really only working the left hand up and keeping the right hand still. When you find that juicy spot, that yummy spot where you want to just stretch deeper into, just hold it here. And you guessed it, just breathe. Beautiful. Release the left hand. Keep the right hand where it's at and just switch places. With the left, drop the right and start working that right hand all the way up the band. Observe, how does this side feel different than the other? Are you able to get up higher, or maybe is your hand lower down? This just gains awareness around where maybe you need to breathe more oxygen into that space or work on lengthening this area more. I definitely recommend coming back to this practice maybe once a week, maybe once every other week, to really just apply some focus on these two parts of your body on a regular basis. Beautiful. One more breath here. Open through the chest, expand. Exhale, let it go, release the right hand, and set that band aside. Come off of your feet, out of your kneeling position, and onto your sit bones. Come to about the center of your mat and extend your legs out in front of you. Bring both your arms and your hands past your ears, over your head, and straight up above to the sky. Lengthen through your spine and fold from your hips forward into a seated forward fold. From here, again, the focus is on the shoulders and the neck. So really make sure you aren't scrunching up or tensing up your shoulders or your neck, but stay long and graceful, and always focus on just lengthening these areas and breathing oxygen and energy into these areas. So if you're here, if that's where you need to be to stay straight, that's beautiful, that's perfect. If you're a bit more bendy and you have a bit more space, just make sure you're coming down to where you still are feeling the stretch, but making sure that there is no discomfort or pain being brought within this practice. Surrender into this fold. Feel the shoulders drop with each exhale. Relax your neck. Beautiful. Slowly roll your way back up. Bring your feet to your mat and find your way onto your back. Just going to adjust my mic for you guys and for myself. Roll yourself back onto your back. Keep your feet about hip distance apart and bring your hands to your sides, palms face to the ground. Press in through your feet and engage through your core and slowly bring your hips to the sky for this half bridge pose. You can just hang out here, or you can bring your hips a bit higher and think about your chin to chest and then your head to the sky. So begin by chin to chest and then lift your head straight to the sky. So you really want to keep your neck aligned straight as much as you can with your spine. And then feel your shoulders and your shoulder blades pressed into the mat. Squeeze a bit in through your glutes and your thighs. Inhale and exhale, lower vertebrae by vertebrae onto your mat slowly, gracefully. Keep your knees bent and bring your knees into your chest. You can roll a little bit back and forth, massaging the lower spine. Give one last big hug. Curl your body up. Inhale. Squeeze your body together. Cocoon yourself in love and light. And on your exhale, slowly release and extend your legs out straight. Face your palms up towards the sky to receive energy. And let your feet fall out to the sides. Adjust your head to make sure that your neck is long. One steady stream of energy pouring all the way from the neck down through the tailbone. Shoulders are pressed into the mat. Your lower spine is flush with the earth. You are completely still, completely here with yourself and your breath. Connect to the natural rise and the natural fall of your belly and your chest. Breathe vital life force energy into your neck and your shoulders. And on your exhale, just let them melt into the earth. Let the earth wrap you in a cocoon of love and safety and support. And let it take any discomfort or pain or tension away from these parts of your body with one steady exhale. I welcome you to stay here in Shavasana, or if you are needing to get into the rest of your day, slowly make your way up to seated. Very slowly, take your time. Keep your neck straight and lengthened as you find your way back up to seated. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your palms together and up through your third eye. The light in me honors and loves and cherishes the light in you. I send you so much healing energy and love to your neck and shoulders and maybe any other parts of your body that you're feeling discomfort. And with that, I say namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming on the mat and flowing with me today. I hope that you've received some comfort and relief in your neck and your shoulders. And I am sending you so much love on your healing journey. I definitely recommend coming back to this often if you're really dealing with pain, maybe a few times a week or every other week, just to always give some extra love to these areas of your body. One thing I want to say is my yoga membership, Infinite Ahimsa Haven, will be launching very soon on April 5th. So keep your eyes open for the launch video telling you all about this beautiful sacred space that's really going to be geared towards just gaining empowerment and peace and presence and connection, not only on your mat, but off your mat as well. So to stay updated, you can like this video, subscribe to this channel. I would seriously love and appreciate it if you did. And until then, I will see you next Wednesday on the mat.